guys, it's Carrie Sue Doxy, just coming to you to remind you our Do Your Own Divorce Secrets is coming out in 1 week. So I wanted to talk to you guys about it just a little bit more to let you know a little more information about what you can expect and what's going on. So I have been working and worked all weekend. Have some things out to some different vendors who are creating a few things for me. But we are planning to launch on April 1st. It's not going to be an April Fool's joke. So anyway, I just want to tell you again a little bit more about what's going on and why I did this and everything else. So obviously, as an attorney, my bread and butter is on hourly billing. That's the majority of my family law cases. I do some flat fee, I do some limited scope, but most of my stuff is definitely hourly billing. So what I kept finding is that I'd be sitting in court and I'd be watching people that were trying to do this themselves, and the judge would go ahead and get them sworn in. They would say their name and the judge would say, okay, go ahead and start. And their eyes would get so big and you could tell that perspiration was just coming down and they didn't know what to do and they didn't know what to say. So I don't want you to be that person. So if you need a simple, easy, uncontested divorce, this course is going to be for you. So I really wanted to be able to help people who couldn't afford a couple $1,000s for an attorney. Maybe they could pay a couple $100, but definitely not a couple thousand. So what this course is designed to do is to help give you all of the stuff that you need to file with the courts, give you a checklist to make sure that you know absolutely everything that you need to take with you. Make sure that you understand and fill out all the documents correctly. Super, super important. And most importantly, I am going to give you a checklist on what you need to say to the judge. Now, it really just depends on what county you're in. Some judges are a little bit more helpful than others. They sit there and ask you all of the questions so that you say all the magic words so they can sign your divorce decree and you can walk out of the courtroom divorced. But not all of the counties are like that. So I want to make sure that you have everything that you need to not have the judge look at you and say, oh, here's another court date for you to come back and try again. So nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to be embarrassed in front of a bunch of people who are just staring at you as you're trying to testify. So anyway, again, kind of going back to why I really wanted to do this, tell you a little bit about my story. I had a grandfather who was an attorney, and then he became a judge. And he started his practice back in the Depression. So at that time, obviously, kind of like today, nobody has any money, but they really didn't have any money. So he got paid sometimes in chickens, maybe it was a car repair, maybe it was a house repair. So whatever people could barter, that's what they used to pay their attorney for their legal fees. And as you can imagine, when you're paying in that manner, you get to know your clients. You are treating them like your neighbor because they are. That is our motto, is we definitely want you to have that hometown feel and still get those big city results. So it's super, super, super important to me that you feel like you've found the right person to help you. Now, this DIY is not going to be legal representation. It's just educational materials. I am not going to be your attorney, but I am going to help you know all of the things that you can do to make sure that you get that judgment signed by the court, and you get to start your life over and be the best you that you can be. Trying to kind of go through my notes and make sure that I'm talking about everything that you guys need to know. Obviously, there are other types of representation. And if you go to my website at www.lawinkc.com, LAWINKC.com, there is a free ebook to help you pick the right attorney. It talks a little bit about the different types of representation, whether that is a limited scope where you're only paying kind of a la carte for the things that you need. So, like when you go to a restaurant and you have to order everything separately. Like even some fast food restaurants are doing that lately, like Five Guys. You don't get fries with that. You have to order fries with that, right? You're not getting the value meal. You have to order the value meal. So this is really similar. You aren't just getting your entree. You have to order your salad, or you have to order your dessert, or whatever. Everything comes separately. So with limited scope representation, you are hiring an attorney just to do the pieces that you need. So that could be that you maybe need somebody to do a judgment. If you have real estate, you need a little bit more help. You're not going to be able to totally do it by yourself because you have to have your full legal description in your judgment, okay? So you're going to need to hire somebody to prepare that document for you. But guess what? Again, a couple $100, definitely probably under 500 for sure. And you have exactly what you need rather than having to pay a couple of $1,000s for representation that's beyond, a simple divorce. It could be too that maybe you have kids. You have to have a full-fledged parenting plan. And so when you do that, there's other ways. If you guys are in agreement about what you want, you can hire somebody to do the parenting plan for you, do the Form 14 to calculate the amount of child support, and do your judgment. And that's it. Sometimes it's just as easy in those cases to do a flat fee, but honestly, it's very hard as an attorney to charge a flat fee when there's kids involved, because even though everyone always says they're in agreement, they might not be. But it could be that you try to do mediation instead, and make sure that you guys have a full agreement. And then it's a matter of, again, just trying to get somebody to do the documents for you. That is going to be your limited scope. So you can start with the DIY if you maybe don't meet that criteria, but you add on the limited scope, which we can do for you, or you can hire another attorney to do for you. And you can file those documents and make sure that you have everything done, covered, so that when you go to testify, again, you say the magic words. There's also, obviously, flat fee is you pay a specific amount. That's all you pay. And you will have everything that you need, that the attorney will do everything for you. The attorney-client relationship is a full relationship, things of that nature. And then obviously, as things get a little more complicated, sometimes you need to have hourly billing. Doesn't always have to be expensive. It depends on your particular facts, your particular case, exactly what you need. So that's definitely something that you can get a free consultation from an attorney just to kind of get an idea what might be right for you. So certainly you have all of those different options. Again, this DIY is really for somebody who has an uncontested divorce, super easy, probably not any kids. They just need to go in there, divide all of the assets and all of the debts. But one of the things too that I find is that a lot of times when people are filling out their paperwork, they're only filling out their stuff. They're not listing what their spouse has. So you definitely want to make sure that you're listing things. You don't have to list absolutely 500 gazillion different items that are in your house. You need to do that by category. But again, the great thing about this DIY product is that it's going to give you the information on how to fill out those documents so that you make sure that everything that is in your possession or in their possession, at least the categories, they are divided. You don't have to come back to court after your divorce is over and try to divide assets. Certainly, there's definitely some best practices we will go over and talk about that is really helpful to make sure that you have in your judgment decree as well. So, last thing, probably that I'm going to cover today, again, is what the product really covers and what you get out of that. So you're going to get all the documents that you need to file with the court. You're going to get videos and handouts to make sure that you know how to fill those out properly. You're going to have a checklist to make sure you actually are bringing everything with you. There's going to be some tips on how to find out about your filing fee and where do you go and things of that nature. Tips about going into the courthouse and things like that. How to fill out all your financials and make sure everything is listed correctly. And then again, you're also going to get a checklist on all of the magic things that you need to say during your hearing. Now, for some of you guys, you may want to do my webinar on how to testify. We're actually going to go through and have a video showing you a little bit about what that looks like and what you need to say, just a little bit of extra help. So that's going to be something that you can add on to the original purchase. Not super expensive. I think I did it for like $67. So kind of like probably a good thing just to see it, not just have that checklist, but just to see kind of what that looks like. I also will be offering some extra fun bonuses. So I've got a bunch of ebooks for you to help you not only with going through the divorce, but how to live your best life after your divorce. So it's everything from the ultimate breakup guide, things that you need to do. It's going to talk about everything from how do you deal with your friends and family members, church, things that you may need to know. How do you look at your budget and things? There's going to be an ebook on that. There's going to be some things on dating. So there's going to be lots of different stuff. It's just free ebooks that you can look at. Most of them I didn't actually write. I wrote the foreword on, but it's just got some really great information for you. Some tips on how to up your resume because now that you are living on one income, life might be a little bit harder. So definitely giving you some tips on budgeting and things like that. I think I just said that, but also how to be your healthiest you. So there's some great stuff on health related things, from dieting to making sure that you're eating healthy, stuff about exercising and things, kind of debunking some myths and things like that. So my goal is just to make sure that you can walk out of your divorce and live your best life. You get another chance, you get a do-over, and let's make sure that you make the most out of that. I also have this great little Dammit doll. I think on the next Facebook Live, I will show you what that is. But anyway, so you can take out your frustrations on the stupid doll and whack it, rather than making your friends and family members crazy because all you talk about right now is your divorce and they're kind of tired of hearing about it. Yes, they want to support you, but there are limits on that. So anyway, we'll kind of give you some ways to deal with those kind of stresses, both as part of those free ebooks and the Dammit doll. I also have kind of a list of resources. So you'll see like some great YouTubes that are out there, some great podcasts that might help you move forward, maybe some stuff on Pinterest and things that might be interesting to you, Facebook groups that you can join, things like that. So everything that you could possibly need to move on, you are going to get as part of this class. So the thing that's super cool is you may be going, but Carrie Sue, I need more than that. And am I going to be able to get those same things too? Yes, if you are hiring me on an hourly basis, those are going to be part of our new members only site. So we are really trying to up our game here at Law in Kansas City and make sure that you have all kinds of stuff so that even if you do have hourly billing, you're not paying for a lot of stuff that really should just be free information to you. So we're going to create that members area, have all kinds of stuff in there, help you keep your fees down as much as possible. So anyway, super excited. 1 week, so much for me to do. So anyway, I cannot wait to hear you guys' comments. Make sure that you comment to this post and let me know what you're thinking. If there's some stuff that you would love to know about as part of this course, it's perfect timing. I have not finalized it yet, so get your comments in to make sure that I have everything that you could possibly want in this course. So anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for spending 15 minutes with me of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye. So sorry.